Well, hello everybody. Happy Wednesday. You know what time it is. Well, today I just have a show that's all on my own, so I'm going to claim it. So, life is a treasure chest full of magic waiting to be discovered, right? But sometimes our tight grip on the past or whatever that story is keeps us from reaching inside. Now, join me today as I share my intimate journey of unraveling the secrets of releasing this grip, right? And letting go of the old and making space for the magic. So, your transformation starts here. And yes, it is time to water yourself. And we'll be right back. And this is what we're going to do today. We'll be right back.
Listen, Wednesdays may be a hump day for some people, but it need not be for you. How would it feel to just hit pause for a moment? A chance to refresh and re-energize your mind, body, and spirit. Let's find out together on the Water Yourself Wednesday show. Tune in as real women share their stories of triumphs and transformations and how they have manifested the lives that they desire and truly deserve.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. So, I just want to say today's show, Water Yourself Wednesdays. You're going to bear with me today a little bit because I am solo on the show, but I have a lot to share. And if you resonate with anything that I'm sharing today, would love to hear you share your own, comments or anything that you resonate with in the show. Anyways, Wednesdays may be a hump day for some people, but it need not be for you. How would it feel to just, kind of pause for a moment, a chance to refresh and re-energize your mind, body, and spirit? Here at Water Yourself Wednesdays, it's all about real women sharing real stories of real transformation. And I will be doing that today too. So, for many of you who probably know me already by now, I am Zavzan. I'm one of the 4 hosts here at Water Yourself Wednesdays. And today I'm on my own because I wanted to share a little bit more of my personal story. And this was inspired by a recent event where I kind of brought up this conversation and topic. And there was a lot of people in the room that resonated with this message. So let me put up the banner here so you can see what we're going to talk about today. So today, we're talking about releasing the tight grip, creating space for the magic, right? So I don't know who's here, but if you're here, say hello in the comments so I can say a specific hello back to you. Like, great shout out, right? So back to the story, why I want to talk about this today, which is releasing the tight grip, creating space for the magic. So I'll be sharing my personal stories, insights, and practical advice on how to let go of what's holding you back and embrace the limitless possibilities that surround you. I'm going to tell you this. For one thing, I am not totally on the other side yet. I'm still in the journey of transformation, still releasing my grip little bit at a time, right? And as I go through this journey, I felt like inspired to share it because so what happened was earlier this week, I was at a women's summit right here in the state that I live in Connecticut. And I don't know, we were doing some workshop exercises and I don't know where this came from. So lately, when I'm inspired to share a story, that means the energy around me requires it too. And I got back the feedback from the room that many people resonated with it. And I shared about, what inspired me to share this releasing the grief, because Dr. Devia Shepard, shout out to you, girlfriend, and Dr. Devia basically when she was presenting in a panel, she had mentioned something about loosening the grip. And I was like, what? I was exactly sharing the same thing when I was in the car heading to the summit. And I feel inspired, I feel nudged to share that. And I said, in today's show, what would I want to do? And I feel inspired to share this, releasing the grip, and here again, for some of you who are just tuning in. And if you're watching on replay, welcome and tune in. Thank you for tuning in. And be sure to still write your comments, share your feedback, share your thoughts, if anything here resonates with you. All right. So, the topic today, releasing the tight grip, creating space for the magic. Why magic, right? So when I heard this on the panel and Dr. Devia mentioned about this, and I was like, oh, this is a great topic because so many people in the room, kind of like resonated with it. I didn't know then, but I kind of stood up because when she asked, like, who wanted to share anything that you took away from today's session? So I got up and shared this. Out of nowhere, I start talking about, our life is filled with our past, whether it's pain, hurt, whatever it may be, the old stuff, right? Even including programming, meaning, the values, the things that we were taught when we were little, right? Sometimes we have to let go and release that grip and not get stuck with the old ways because we are not allowing ourselves to receive new things and new, bigger things that are ideal for our lives right now. So I shared that in the room, and quite a few people had an aha moment. They all raised their hands, or they were like responding energetically. So today I was thinking, like, maybe I should do the same thing with the show. So here we go. I want to share this. There's a lot of stories I can go about, sharing me releasing my grip and creating this magic, or inviting the magic to come in, because there's a lot of stories in my life I can share that. But one of the things that I wanted to focus on, because it is the most recent work that I had to do, I am still doing with what shall I say, the breakdown, right? So I'm going to share with you a little bit. I made a little bit of a kind of a slide just to give you an idea what it looks like. So this is what it looks like. So the story is, I'm going to show you what the story looks like, because this is fall 20. I'm going to see if it changes. Fall 2022. These were my faces, or these were my looks. And many people came up to me because they know that I often have smiles. And out of nowhere, they're saying, like, what happened to your smile, Zaf? What happened to that smile that we often see you carry around in rooms? That was basically what happened in fall 2022. I kind of lost my smile. What happened was I was going through a breakup, and, in the beginning, I wasn't very open about it, right? So I was still holding on to a lot of things inside that hurt, the pain, whatever it was. And I wanted to focus on this because I know right now there are many people going through some kind of similar stuff, separation, divorce, some kind of, exit. So I wasn't sure what was happening or how to approach it. But what happened was there was a reading. So what happened in the fall 2022 when this breakup happened, I was fortunate enough to belong to a fellowship that really helped me to kind of let go, and let go of things that don't apply anymore in my life. So one of the things that really helped me to let go, that started that journey on letting go, loosening my grip, so I can invite the magic, create the space for more magic. I already know. Well, at that time, I didn't know, but I now know that's magic within, and I needed to tap into that, right? So what happened was, I learned to let go based on one page reading that I was reading in this fellowship. So it was it was something that I do on a daily basis. I read um, pages of like books that could help me figure out what my day will look like, that sets the tone for my day, right? So this is the page, or this was the page that started me on this journey. So I'm going to read this so that you can actually see where my headspace was to take me on into that, oh my God, I have to loosen up my grip, because I was always in this space where I was thinking about the other person or persons, and I was just like mad, angry, and just like everything was closed up. And I was uptight. As you can see, I didn't have any smiles. So as I was going through this spiritual program, my fellowship, a part of the program is we have books that we can read on a daily basis. So I reached out, I picked up a book for my daily readings, and this page jumped up. And I want to share this with you because this was the true moment that I said, oh, wow, I'm heading in the wrong direction and I need to recalibrate. And part of the recalibration was really to loosen up my grip. And this was the reading that started me on this journey. So let's see. It says, one source of frustration we seldom recognize is in expecting too much of others, or expecting too specifically what we feel they ought to be, say, give, or do. If I expect another person to react in a certain way to a given situation, and he or she fails to meet my expectation, have I the right to be disappointed or angry? Every human being has his own individual drives and motivations beyond my understanding and control. I may say, but he knew what I expected, not realizing that it may have been precisely for this reason that he rebelled and acted otherwise. My search for peace of mind will bear fruit much more readily if I stop expecting and relax. Hear that? Relax into acceptance. Today's reminder: I will not set a pattern based on my own experience and wishes and expect someone else to live up to it. This is interference of a subtle and damaging kind. It damages my peace of mind and dignity and those I am mothering with my expectations. I too often fail to live up to the expectations of others. So I quickly realized one thing, right? Part of me being stuck and letting go was because I was stuck real hard and not loosening my grip because of my expectations. What if, could if, what if this, what could be, what should have. So all these expectations were the things that kept me really stuck. And I really gripped my hands so hard that I didn't want to let go, because I was expecting the other person to somehow fulfill my expectations, right? So I kept it relaxed and hoping that things will get better, or, and it's just stuck, it's just like nothing comes through. Then what really got me into the next phase of letting go and releasing was an event that I mentioned her earlier. Dr. Davia Shepard had an event called Ladies Power Life Summit, and this was the April event of this year. So I attended the event, and as you can see, I started a journey of, I added back my smiles, right? As you can see, we were having fun. I basically stepped up, made the decision to step up, because what I wanted to do was say, hey, I wanted to change something, move a muscle, change a thought. And for me, that was, let me go out and take care of me, enjoy my connections and my surroundings, see what the world has to give to me, and I shall learn to receive. So what I did was I started to loosen my grip, right? I started to loosen my grip so that I can enjoy the magic. Let me see if I can do the magic, right? Because I was so uptight, didn't want to go anywhere, didn't want to do anything, didn't want to see people, some sort of depression, I think. But I allowed myself to let go, because I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to allow myself to attend this event, because I don't know who I will meet. that will actually sprinkle some stardust on me and blessings on me that could help me release some of this gunk that I've been holding on to. So that's what happened. So I attended this summit, and as you can see, we had so much fun at the retreat house. And this was basically where I started to make, oops, sorry, let me go back this way. I started to make a comeback with my smiles, right? And I went out and had fun. This was the Yale Symphonic Orchestra. And I was just basically having a good time. And from that particular moment, what I thought to myself was, wow, I needed to be around people. Now, I wanted to be unstuck, but I did not necessarily know how. So I needed to figure out what environment, who are the people in my tribe that will help me loosen up my grip, right? And I had to allow myself, gave permission to myself to let go and start receiving the stuff that, the magic people are sharing with me. And then I also met individuals who say, Zaf, you don't necessarily need us. The magic is already within you. Of course, at that time, I was like, what? Can you resonate with this? If you can, let me know. Because sometimes, we question ourselves and go like, oh my God, do I have the magic? But I needed to be around people who were more positive, who were more intuitive, who were more connected to spirituality and emotional. So that was what happened. I was giving myself permission to go out, meet people, be in the company of other beings who can support my journey, So I had to figure out how to create the space for the magic to come in, invite all these new things so I can have a new beginning. So that was what happened. And I started all this, going out. I'm going to show you. And if you notice, some in my pictures, some of those were basically my hair was a different color, right? So I want to show you, this was my commitment to having a new beginning, because what happened was I wanted a new look. But a new look, we all know, doesn't necessarily give you just the magic, but I needed to work that magic within me. I needed to come back to who I am that made me feel joyful. So as you can see, what happened was, I made a commitment to have a new beginning. I went out, have a little different of a look. I even pierced my nose. If you all can't tell, I now have a piercing on my nose. And, and I said, what else can I do to just kind of shift a little bit of the energy to make me feel good again, right? To make the magic within me, because I made a decision to create the space so that I can bring back my magic. If you can resonate with this, please let me know in the comments. And, would love to answer some or respond to some of your comments. So that's what happened. Decided to do that. I decided that it would be great to just loosen up my grip, because I knew I was holding on to something that was old, that wasn't serving me already. Because here's where I made a commitment to have a new beginning, but I cannot stay in the old ways, because the old ways will not allow me to grow and will not allow me to have a new story, a new beginning. So I decided, well, let me put on, maybe, on the visual side, I wanted to do that. I lost some weight, I that was just for me. That was my magic within. But then the people around me, the environment around me, were the support systems that I needed to go through this journey, that taught me that, don't hang tight to the old stuff that don't serve you anymore. So release your grip, loosen up your grip, so that you can actually, invite new things to come in, or receive new things that are given, new energy, magic that is given to you. So can you imagine, this is your grip, right? So this is how visual it was for me when somebody was trying to support me and tell me, this is what you're doing. This is your grip, so tight. You try to open, you can't, nothing can go in, right? Because you can't, it's like you can't open. But what if, she says, what if you start releasing a little bit, loosening it up, and then you can start putting something in. Oh, one finger opens up, and the energy changes. One other finger opens up. Then you're starting to receive the magic, right? The magic's already within. So that's what happened. And that's what I had to commit to myself, gave myself permission to loosen up my grip as hard as it could be. That was my starting point journey, making that decision to loosen the grip. And then I really felt like my whole support system, my environment was prime in helping me through this journey of remembering who I am and the magic within, and to also allow myself this, like that, to receive the magic others have to share. And that's what I want to share with all of you. So I wanted to answer this question that came in. The question is, many of us hold on to things from our past, whether it's beliefs, regrets, or old patterns. Why is it important to recognize and acknowledge this tight grip we have on these elements? So one of the things, I don't have much time here, but I wanted to kind of answer this question. One of the things that I was taught, and I'm still in this program, I'm going through a healing journey. So why is it important to recognize and acknowledge this tight grip that we have? Because if we don't, then we're going to browse through life, la, 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 with no direction, with no support. So here's an example. Why is it important? So for me, what happened was when I went through this breakup, and I was just like, oh my God, so in my head, overthinking things, expectations, and I'm holding so tight because I'm thinking, oh, something might change, and I'm really not realizing that I'm not in control, right? I'm not in control. High power creator, God, whatever you want to call it, the universe is in control. I may be in control of the efforts, but the outcome, no. So I came to understanding that. So I said to myself, I need to acknowledge and recognize that I have this tight grip. Then when I hear other, other people in my support system kept saying the same thing, I'm like, so it must be obvious that I have this very tight grip, right? And I'm not letting go. Why am I not letting go? So I had to deeper. What did I say? Dig deeper. Oh my God, I can't even talk right now. So I had to dig deeper within myself and ask myself, why am I having such a tight grip? That sitting with yourself and acknowledging that that is what I'm doing or what we're doing will help to recognize it and then learn to transmute it and take the next steps to get through it, right? To let go. That's why it's really important to do that. The other thing I want to share with you is, if you can see, I posted this on social media. Here's an example of letting go of my personal belief or programming that I've held on for so long. Not letting go causes stress, anxiety, depression, and all that stuff. So I have this, I have this scar on my nose, right? So something happened back 2 months ago. And I looked at myself in the mirror, and this is what I said. And this is how powerful it is when I've learned how to release the grip, the tight grip, so I can create space for magic and understand like where the magic is. The scar, basically, the programming that I had when I was little, oh, you don't want any scars on your face, and because it's not pretty, it's vain, it's vanity, and da 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 da. Like people look and judge you from it. And I'm doing the work right now of releasing old beliefs, limiting beliefs, so that I can create the space for magic, all the magic to come in, or magic within to happen. I look at myself in the mirror and go like, I'm not bothered by the scar. The scar reminds me of the warrior that I am. So as you can see, I had a little bit of a mind shift towards an old limiting belief. That's just a simple example of me loosening up my grip, and then I can share my magic, and I can also receive magic from other people. That's just an example of releasing an old limiting belief. And am I bothered by it? Not really. So that's just, I hope that answers the question. So okay, before we go, I do want to answer this one. It says, If you could offer one piece of advice to someone who is beginning their journey of releasing the tight grip and creating space for the magic, what would it be? Oh, this is a great question. So, one of the things that I've learned throughout this journey, and one slogan comes to mind just because it is so point on for me in releasing the grip and letting go so that I can create the space for the magic. And also, whether it's magic within or receiving magic, I basically, have kind of like attach myself to the slogan because it really does help me go through hard times, figuring out like, oh, my own shit. Oh, sorry, I accidentally said the word. Oh, anyways, but figuring out my own stuff. But the thing is, this is what I want to share with you. There's a slogan that I practice right now whenever I find myself hard to let go stuff, or I'm not forgiving, I'm being unkind, or I'm questioning when is my time, or when is it going to be when am I going to be rewarded for me being good? Da 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 da, that old song, right? So here's the slogan. If you, any one of you who are here, you want to type it in for me and I can put it up on the screen for all of you. The slogan that I use now to help me loosen up my grip, because I'm always thinking, because my part of wanting to control the story, right, will always be there because I'm just human. So a big part of trying to control, trying to navigate it towards my expectation is always going to be there. And that's the example of me having a tight grip. But when I learned about this slogan and started practicing it more every day and then breathe, this is what I say. I am exactly where I'm supposed to be until more is revealed. And whenever I say that this calm, and just, you can try it and let me know. I would love to hear what happens when you try it. You'll sit down and you're like in a chaos and you're like, oh my God, I'm pissed. Oh, why doesn't this happen this way? Why doesn't she? Why doesn't he? Why da 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 da, right? Try and pace yourself in the chaos and go, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be until more is revealed. When I say when more is revealed is, you're surrendering and you're letting go, you're loosening up your grip so that, God, whatever you may call it, or you pray to God, the universe, creator, spirit, source, higher power, whatever you call it, Yahweh, Jesus, whatever, allow it to surrender to that so that you can start receiving the magic that is meant for you. And I've had to learn that. And there are some really dark days that I've had to you're exactly where you're supposed to be until more is revealed. Because I needed to wake up. So that's my slogan for, or I wouldn't say it's an advice, but it's a practice that I do. If I get in my head, overthink things, and I'm gripping, it's like, why is it not going my way? So it also teaches me how to let go and be patient and surrender to someone or something that has more authority than me. So I start loosening my grip, right? So I can call in the magic, create the space for the magic, whether it's magic within or magic from people who are going to give that to me or share it with me. So I'm open to receiving the magic. Oh, thank you so much, Eva. Eva says you're you're magic. Oh, thank you so much. And so are you. We all have that in us. We just need a little help sometimes to kind of dig deeper and find that magic and create that space for magical things to happen, extraordinary things to happen. Whenever we're going through some hardships, we just surrender, right? We let go and say, you know what, God, take over because I can't take care of this today. So I'm loosening my grip. I'm trusting you a little bit more. I shall surrender and let you navigate this for me. So that's my story, a little bit of inspiration, I hope, on how to release the tight grip, creating space for the magic. Because if we don't release the tight grip, we're not going to be able to get anything in, not even the blessings and the magic that other people want to share with us. All right, that said, I just want to say thank you all for tuning in. Make sure, so I just want to put this up because there's a difference between me this time and also me in that first, fall of 2022. I just want to say, we have to make that decision and choice for ourselves. So until then, everybody, I just want to say thank you for tuning in to Water Yourself Wednesdays. Until the next episode, which is next Wednesday at 4 p.m. New York Eastern Standard Time. Get more information about our retreat coming up at wateryourselfretreat.com. Until then, see you next time. Goodbye. Thank you for tuning in to the show. We hope the stories shared have inspired you to water yourself. Your transformation begins here. Until next time, keep on manifesting the life you desire and truly deserve. The Water Yourself Wednesdays show is a production of Engage LLC and is brought to you by Water Yourself Retreat. Get more information about the event and community support at wateryourselfretreat.com. You can also follow us on your favorite social media platforms, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube.